Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and what is the D and why is the Uber CEO insisting that employees have it? Well, let's look at that. But before we do, here is a word from our sponsors and our definitely family-friendly sponsors. And today's video is sponsored by Maximo, the rideshare automation app that allows drivers to safely and easily accept ride requests for Uber, Lyft, and Postmates. Whether you drive for a single platform or multiple platforms, Maximo's custom settings can help you drive more efficient, less distracted, and help you maximize your earnings. It will automatically accept one trip, turn off the other apps, and when your trip is over, it will end it, open the other apps, and accept the next trip, all without you having to touch your phone. Use referral code APP60 and get your first month free when you subscribe to Maximo. So there was a lot of news over the week that the Uber CEO, Dara Khosrowshahi, I'm just going to say K, I'm sorry, I'm trying, I don't know how to say it, wrote out a memo, and the memo was leaked, and it befuddled a lot of people as he encouraged people to have the D, which some of you might not know what that means, and if you don't, this is going to be a very, very interesting video to watch, though I encourage younger people to, watch this video with their parents, if in fact I have a lot of 10-year-olds watching this, which I doubt I do. Well, here's the article from Business Insider. A new policy at Uber enacted by CEO Dara K has some employees at the $62 billion ride-hailing startup bewildered by what they're hearing in meetings. In a May 15th memo obtained by Business Insider, Dara described a new company policy designed to eliminate bureaucracy creep at the growing company. Quote, while our scale and scope are unrivaled, they come at a potential cost. Increased bureaucracy, slower decision-making, less accountability, and too many people in too many meetings where it's unclear who the decision-makers are. For that reason, Dara tells employees how they should assert control in the meetings. This is going to be fun. Quote, you may hear me say in meetings, insert name has the D here. This is about being clear on who is the decision maker. I'd encourage you to do the same, Dara wrote. The idea behind this new policy is to be clear about whose opinions matter most in meetings, where there are a lot of different teams and leaders participating in the conversation. To Dara, D most likely stands for decision-making authority. Spoiler, it totally doesn't mean that, but let's keep going. But to younger employees and those familiar with slang, the phrase sounds like getting the D, which means having sex. A comprehensive history of this phrase can be found on Know Your Meme. The site traces it back to the 2004 single So Sexy by Twista and a viral meme known as Give Her the Dick, which started with an awkwardly phrased comment on Pornhub. I know I've read this article before, but God, really? To be fair, wielding one's D in meetings is not a Dara invention. A 2006 article in the Harvard Business Review titled Who Has the D? How Clear Decision Rules Enhance Organizational Performance explains the merits of the managerial strategy. The article, written by Paul Rogers and Marcia Blenko, partners at Bain & Company, a consulting firm that Uber recently hired to work with on its organizational management, the memo says. But language and slang are ever evolving, and in the 12 years since the article appeared, the phrase has taken on a new meaning. The lewd usage gained steam outside in 2012, according to Know Your Meme. Dara, 49, was unfamiliar with just how sexual the phrase sounds to an entire generation of employees, according to Uber. Quote, as you may have read, Uber is now run by your dad. So no, that interpretation was lost on him, but he appreciates Business Insider for pointing it out. I love that. The D may be a little more than an example of a disconnect between different generations in the workplace, but the optics aren't ideal given Uber's history of inappropriate behavior from the top. Dara joined Uber in August as part of the board's efforts to clean up a frat-like culture that was said to have emanated from its founding CEO, Travis Kalanick. Last summer, amid an epic battle between Kalanick and his opponents on the board, Recode obtained an internal email from 2013 in which Kalanick warned employees not to barf or throw any kegs off buildings during a company party in Miami. Oh boy. I actually kind of miss days reporting on stories like that. I kind of do. Um, but this is going to be a nice reminder. Quote, do not have sex with another employee unless A, you have that person for the privilege and they have responded with an empathetic yes, I will have sex with you, and B, the two or more of you do not work in the same chain of command. Yes, that means that Travis will be celibate on this trip. Hashtag CO Live. Hashtag FML. Classy guy. I kind of miss it, to be honest. Dara, who joined Uber from a successful tenure as CEO at Expedia, has spent the past 10 months riding the course at the dysfunctional unicorn. He spent the first few months traveling the world to meet with regulators, business partners, and employees in an effort to restore the company's image. Dara's mission has also been cutting costs at the company to get its finances in order for an initial public offering next year. So far, it's working, since at the end of the day, it's Dara who has the D. Oh, that's a bad joke. That's a bad joke to end this on. So, anyway, so what do I think of this? You know, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give Dara the complete benefit of the doubt that he didn't actually know what this means. Because when I first read this article and it said he has the D, I didn't even, think about what this might mean. My first reaction was that it meant decision making. Sorry. So I'm going to give him a pass on that one. The only reason this is a really funny story to talk about now is for the reasons highlighted in the article. Uber has had a big history with misogyny, sexual harassment, not taking allegations of rape seriously. This is a meeting where board members, said that women shouldn't be on the board because it would just result in more talking. And Uber has been trying to clean up that image, and Dara was brought on. That was one of his main goals, was to fix that image. And so to have the Uber CEO sending this memo out and basically use a phrase that says to have sex and it's coming from the top guy, that doesn't look good. Of course, no one's really getting too upset about it because, again, I think we all have recognized that in this specific case, he doesn't really mean that. He means to take control of the board, and that's just how it is. He did not mean to actually make a sexual slang, and he obviously does not encourage that. He could not possibly encourage that. Not with how the company is finally, maybe, possibly starting to look a little better in people's eyes, although we'll see on Friday if there's still some work to do. Hashtag sneak peek of Friday's video. So, as for this, I'm willing to just laugh at it right now and let it go. And that's why we've been making the video, because it's funny, and I think we all could use a good laugh that this is what it meant. I mean, to think, it got popular on Pornhub. Like, wow. That's just nuts. That is absolutely nuts, and I love it. I love these sorts of mistakes. Is it going to make the company look bad? Not really. I mean, it'll make them look questionable, but we're going to move over this controversy relatively quickly. So, thanks for the laugh, Dara. I wish you would do something better for the drivers, but hey, at least we know that you are just as capable as bringing the hilarity like Travis Kalanick was. And that's where we're going to leave today's video. So what do you folks think? Do you think this was intentional? Do you think it was unintentional? Do you think Dara needs to make like a full-blown apology? Or do you think this is like a nothing burger? I would love to know. So comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy the videos I make, consider becoming a Patreon member. It is totally optional, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way in helping keep the channel running smoothly. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one, and be careful who you have the D with.